Welcome to Art at Your Library. The library is proud to have a strong relationship with the arts, beginning in 1902 when the library opened with this donated work of art by Judge O.P. Shivers. Enjoy the tour of our latest opening.
Hi, I'm Gary Carstens. Thanks so much for coming to the show. Just want to introduce my work a little bit. As you can see, I'm kind of a landscape sculpture person with clay, and to me, I've always been interested in how responsive clay can be, and over the years, what I've come to learn is that it's a really great canvas to do landscape work. My particular focus in the landscape is trees, and I really like the idea of the trees because I think the thing that sticks in my mind is the Thoreau quote about it isn't what you look at that matters, it's what you see. And I'm always intrigued by what I can't see. So the idea of trees are really interesting because it's not necessarily the positive image, it's what's behind it that kind of gives it some dimension and shape, gives it some motion. It's kind of a mystery. And so over the years I've kind of developed this approach to doing trees. As you can see, these discs have been pretty popular, and this particular one is 3 panels, so there's a lot of depth to it. And all of this work, my preference is to do atmospheric firing with firing with wood and then with salt, and the salt actually puts a glaze on the piece, but it's a very natural look for the clay that's very representative of what trees would look like. But this is a 3-panel piece. It's a disc, so you actually have 3 months you can look at it on one side, you can flip it over and look 3 months at it on the other side. Some of the newest stuff that I've been working with is not necessarily a freestanding disc like this, but I've been intrigued by just the design of the trees, and it's not necessarily this shape, but depending on how the lighting is, it's the shadows that are underneath. And as you walk past the piece, the shadows change based on how the light is, and it just gives it a whole sense, another sense of dimension. So, interesting way to approach 3 dimensions. I did include some functional pieces. These are like little lidded jars. Everybody likes little lidded jars, but I'm still trying to stay in that same palette of color. Very natural, very earthy, very landscapey. Another thing that's one of my favorites, it's kind of a warm-up for when I'm throwing on the wheel, is I love doing T-balls. And I'm also trying to create the same type of surface that's rock-like or something that you would see in the landscape. So going from there, this is an installation piece that's called Bare Trees. I thought it would be very interesting. I had a show once where I had a north, south, east, and west forest, and this was one of those little forests. And it's not necessarily, again, the image that you're looking at, but it's what you're seeing between those images. And as you walk around this piece, all of that changes. So it's just redefining what's out there a little bit. And then the final set of pieces I brought are the same thing. It's the tree motif again, but I thought, well, wouldn't it be, I'm trying to always try and get more depth or to create some more interest in that. And so I thought I'd try and do them round because you can turn them and it changes the whole subject matter a little bit, or subject matter is the wrong word, but it changes your vision of those things. You see something a little bit different. Thanks for coming, and I hope you enjoy looking at the other artists' work.